Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hadassah, and this is the Waiting Room by Waiting Rooms Trust. My guest today is going to be my sister, Sheila.
But why do you keep calling me a guest?
You know, you are my guest. Okay,
You know, they in school you told mgeni kumpokea.
Kumbe ni kuja. Okay.
Siku ya kwanza.
My co-host today is Sheila.
Hi guys, I hope you guys are well. I hope you've been keeping well.
All right. Thank you so much again for the feedback from our last video. We are grateful and we take it very seriously. We try and bring relevant content, stuff that affect us in our day-to-day lives. We try to empower you in every single aspect. Our desire as a trust is to be an organization that where waiting or couples, or let me say women, men, and all dealing with infertility are empowered, encouraged, and supported rather than stigmatized, crushed, and shunned by society. So, in our last conversation, we talked about dealing with infertility at the workplace. And we followed this up by asking a question in our support group. And this was the question. Sheila, you're going to have to give the first response. Would you ask your boss for time off and specify that you're going for a fertility checkup?
Imagine, see, you know me and my mouth. What I need, I will ask. And yeah, I hope that I will get. Like, for me, I'm not shy. I have owned my space. I have owned my situation. I have owned the fact that this is, I won't even call it a burden. This is a joy.
It's life.
Yeah, this is what God has given me to carry. So, I will ask. If I need it, I will ask.
And say that I just need to go for my TVS.
But then I used to ask. Yeah, I used to. I remember there was a time when, hey, my first HSG, hey, me, I didn't know
What to expect.
exactly. So I go home and I am okay. Then I wake up the next day and I am moving like 10 penguins in one cage. Hey. And I still have to go to work because I hadn't asked for time off for the extra day. And I went there and I was waddling around like a duck that is very busy. And they're like, what's going on? And for us, we had an open plan. So you can't even say that you're going to go and hide for the rest of your day. And then my docket at that point was visitation.
Oh,
Care and visitation. So you're moving around quite a lot. And everyone is just seeing you.
walking
And
funny.
it's painful. I just
you
had
would.
to. Yeah.
You
I
would.
just had to. Because I remember at that point, half day, they even the ones who told me, please go home. You're not functional right now. It's not working for you. And we can't say we are fine seeing you waddling around. Just go home and rest. And from then on, it became very easy. Like, I just need to see the doctor. Okay.
All right. Because now they understand your journey. They know what you're going
And
through.
I didn't hide.
I'm trying to look
to
at my
this.
life like Hadassah 10 years ago. Now, if you ask me the question, I'd say yes, I would. 10 years ago, no. In fact, one of the things I've talked about severally in public is a case where my boss came with a newspaper article that was talking about men shooting blanks and put it on my face. If I were to go back to that period, I would have told him
This is
that
me.
this, like, maybe I don't have an issue of men shooting blanks or anything, but I'm going through this fertility, and there are men who are actually struggling with such
Exactly.
conditions. So I would have used that opportunity to create awareness.
Yes.
But I'll go back that 10 years ago as that girl who wouldn't, so that we can understand where people come from and see what areas where we can improve and probably make our lives better. Why would I not tell my boss then? First of all, I was struggling with accepting the issue myself. I was asking myself, how can it be possible that I'm going to go down as in statistics as one of the women who are battling with infertility? Then there is fear of unknown. Was it going to be the topic of the company tomorrow? How will people view me? How was she or he going to look at me? Will I be judged harshly? Will I be told I'm looking for sympathy? All those things are the thoughts that were running through my mind 10 years ago. But having gone through the journey, why do I say now I would? After going public, there's a time I was in so much pain, and then I was given a strong painkiller for endometriosis management. So I remember telling my boss that I'm going to take this medicine. I'm in serious pain and I know it affects me. Please bear with me if it happens. And she told me, no, Hadassah, go home. Just go home. It's fine. I'll cover up for you. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm working. I have a client. You say, don't worry. Tell your clients to come and see me. I was like, why
Wow.
have I struggled
It was that
the
easy?
whole time? You know, because there are times I went to work and I'd push myself and I'm dying literally in pain. And that brings me to these comments that we got from our members. Maybe this is going to form the basis of our conversation today. The first person says, depending on the length of the process, I would ask for leave. The stress that comes with the job mixed with the stress that comes with negative results is something I can't handle. But still, I'd not give them the reason. What happens?
We're still in a society where there's a lot of stigma regarding infertility. There's a lot of them and you. And as Africans, we haven't really gotten the space where we can discuss these things without awkward silences, without just that awkwardness. And we are known to fill awkward spaces with words. That's the best way Africans know how to deal with awkwardness.
Yeah.
That's why in times of trauma and distress, someone will say something and you're like, huh? I mean, you just thought you would say that to me. But you see, in the other side, they don't know how to handle awkward spaces. They don't know how to handle that silence. So it will become the joke of the office.
True.
It will become, they'll fill that space, awkwardness,
You'll be
with
like,
words.
Yeah, that feeling.
And then you are aware, because you're African as well, you know what will happen. And because, again, it's not a space that has been actively brought out, so you're not strengthened in terms of owning your space and owning your story, you shy away because you don't want to be the topic. What we forget is they will talk and move on to the next person. Like, you won't always be the topic.
People will always have something to talk
As
about.
long as we are breathing,
Yeah.
stigma will always be there. Our work as waiting rooms is just to try and create awareness.
Yes. And it's helping.
Yes.
Things are changing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But stigma will always, as long as there's good, there's evil. So stigma will always be there. How do you handle yourself amidst that awareness that, you know what, no matter where I go, even in the US right now, think of the most developed country, there's still stigma.
Yeah, there's a bit
There's
of struggle
a lot
on
of
this.
stigma.
Yeah.
So you just need to own your space.
And I think that owning space, maybe we can delve into it a little bit. Here is a case where, yes, I've already disclosed to my boss, HR, or my immediate manager, and then tomorrow I hear it in a conversation. Maybe I'm present and someone says, by the way, you know, Hadassah deals with, has infertility issues. And then people laugh about it. And probably I've gone through a loss. How do I deal with myself in that scenario, still keep sober, still perform at work, and still take care of me? How possible is that?
It's very possible. It's hard,
Very hard.
extremely hard, but it's possible because you still have to go to work. You still have to work. Okay? You still have to. Unless you have other plans, And it's not even guaranteed that the next place you go, they'll be kinder. They could be worse than where you're running away from.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a friend of mine used to tell me, her mom used to tell her, wake up, show up. Lotion, jipake mafuta. In Swahili, they say jipake mafuta.
Mm-hmm.
And you move on. At the end of the day, I can bet you, you will be an inspiration to someone.
Yeah.
Someone will come and tell you, because of the way you handled this when the office was like this, I felt, don't even be shocked if others come and apologize.
Yes, like my boss apologized
See?
when I went to public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many a times, I usually say, don't think majority of the people wake up purposefully to insult you.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't know what to do with that awkward space. So they fill it with words. And many a times the words are not friendly. They're not nice.
And sometimes it's also too much. Like you see, you have
Yeah.
an issue and someone says, oh, so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
That's not what we're looking for at that point, you know. It becomes very, you're wondering, okay, so
Now
fine,
you
I'm
become the
okay.
sympathy. You know, it can go extreme. It can
Yeah.
be either you're the joke of the office, or you become, people start walking around eggshells around you.
Completely.
You're going to the fridge. Can I get it for you?
And
Like,
shut
hello,
up.
I can walk. Just because I have infertility doesn't mean I can't do things for myself. I bathe, I eat, I cook, I do everything that you do, okay?
Yeah.
Or you're going can I go? Are you sure you'll be okay? Is this as in, so it can go extreme, and you'll find both sides in the same space.
True.
You
true.
will find those who will joke about it and just play around with it. And let me tell you something about those ones. There's an issue they have and they're hurting.
It's not about
It's
you.
not about
It's not about you. Yeah.
Always remember that. It's not you. It's just sad that you're the one they have used.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's something they're going through.
They're dealing with their own stuff.
And yours is way better, trust me,
Yeah.
because you're the one they have chosen to bash. And then there's the other extreme that now don't know how to behave around you.
Yeah.
So
You're
everything
coming down the
becomes,
stairs, they shift
are you
to
sure
the
you're
other
okay?
side.
You will fall. Are you okay? Your shoes are high. Are you sure you walk well? Like, hello, I have been doing this even before I told you.
Yeah.
I was okay.
You're just trying to create awareness and make them know.
Exactly.
How to
And then there's a
support.
third party that decide they have solutions.
Hey, have you tried this doctor? Have
My
you tried
cousin,
this herbal medication?
my sister did. Me, I went.
You're not serious with
my
your
reverend
condition.
can pray for you. So expect all three responses.
Yeah,
It will
yeah.
never be always all at one. And there's a space. And then there's that one who will just tell you, you know what, that's my story as well. Thanks for sharing. Or thanks for allowing yourself to come out, because now you've given me strength. There's a space I'm in. It's not work. It's more church related. And the last time we met as a group, we're about 150 of us. I shared how I was just thanking God because my ovaries are no longer polycystic. They're no longer cystic.
Nice.
And I was so excited and just sharing. And there's this lady who was just, yani you'd think it was her story. She was so, oh wow. And this is someone I have hung out with for, 3 years now. And only later, like 2 days later, did she text me and tell me, by the way, we've also been waiting for 3 years. So when I hear your story,
Then courage.
I get so much hope because I know
Yes.
there's a God who listens. So just own it. It will be hard. I mean, there's never been a time Jesus went through persecution and it was easy. There's never a time, no one has gone through persecution and it was easy. But the final hammer, it's you who's going to put it down. So
In fact,
just
there's
own it.
Yeah, there's this quotation that says that don't be ashamed of your story. It will inspire
It's
others.
someone else's.
It always does.
Yeah.
See what our waiting journey has come into. And it doesn't mean that we don't have low days That is one. It doesn't mean that we don't
Where?
sit somewhere and I go like, Sheila, I'm done. I'm so done.
Don't
this
talk to
time.
me.
You know,
2
like,
days.
like I don't want to listen to nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we don't have sad days or difficult days, but we walk with our heads tall because we remind ourselves that this is just for a season. It doesn't stop us from talking about this sometimes very uncomfortable subject to just inspire others. So can you imagine things would actually just change in the office?
Yeah.
In fact, I like some of these comments, like 2 of them maybe that I'll read is at my workplace, going through adoption, you're given the same leave days as any soon-to-be
Look
parent.
at that.
This is amazing. Now, if you don't disclose, you end up
Shock on
missing
you.
out on the leave
And then you
days.
get pissed off because you realized way later in your HR manual that you can actually get the privileges as someone who has given birth.
And some are not friendly. Like this I'm reading, I'll just read it as is. My friend did that, akaomba ruhusa ya IVF. When it failed, she was asked eti, hata kama kuza ng'ombe inakushinda, shida yako iko wapi? This was from their immediate boss. Someone took an off day and indicated that they were going for a fertility check. And when the IVF failed, when they went back to the office, she was compared to a cow. Like if cows can give birth,
What's
what
your
is wrong
problem?
with you? Now you see, those are cases where I say that person has a problem. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
it has nothing to do
It's
with
not
you.
about you. It's not about the failing of the IVF. It's not you're a bad person, because those are the things that start coming into yourself.
Yeah.
You become a self bomb. You kill yourself. So it's not about you. It's not about even the process. It's just this person is mannerless, and you will meet so many of them. So the sooner you build resistance, the sooner you build grit, the better for you. And I pray for that person. I pray that God will just surprise them and surprise you. That one day you will waddle into that office very pregnant, and they will not know what to say. Chances are they'll come and praise God with you, forgetting what they have just said. So just hold on a little bit longer. Look good. Don't allow the world to
Define
bash you.
Yeah.
Actually bash you because of the what you're oozing out. If they say something negative, figure out how to turn that to you, for your good.
Like have those self-talk moments where
Yes.
someone says this, but you purpose to encourage yourself. You are your own cheerleader. Like today, if anything were to happen to me and nobody understands, I'll still look in the mirror and tell myself, Hadassah, you have tried. Hadassah, keep it up. You know,
Yeah.
you become your own cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes it's hard.
It sometimes, always. Let me tell you, it is so, even for those of us who claim we have smart mouths and are out there, it's crazy hard. But what option do I have?
Yeah.
To sit and sulk? The sun rises, and people rise with it. Me, I'm left there sulking and the world is going on. No way. I will look good. I will do me. Be happy in my space. Figure out whatever makes me happy. For me, like whenever I get into such a negative space, my music.
Oh, yes.
Therapeutic,
Completely.
My music. In fact, speaking of music, our sister Kambua, thumbs
yeah.
up, thumbs up. She's released something. Just go and watch on her YouTube page. But
Yeah.
otherwise, just figure out what sparks you. What does that? Nilikuwa nimekasirika. I was pissed, but I can wake up. Go to the bathroom, cry.
Yes, cry
And
if
go
you
lock
need
yourself
to.
in that bathroom, cry for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and time that crying so that you also don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Then when you're done, come back to your desk and do the very best.
This person, this other comment, I'm wondering how they'd even be able to have put that into practice, because she says that I had 3 losses in a span of 6 months.
Oh.
Every time my boss would call me immediately after the loss and ask why I was being lazy at work. I was crashing. I finally told her, but she did not understand. Why would I even share anymore? I quit anyway, but how does one survive this?
So again, I think this is a major HR issue. If you listened to the show we did with Joanne, the
Yes.
HR coach, because then this work is not productive for you. That's such a negative space. You can't be productive. Even if you healed through the losses,
It's going to be
you,
hard
you
surviving
can't.
in such a
Yeah.
space.
You can't give your best to that space. So kudos for living. Good job. You did well
Yeah.
to live. Shine where you're planted.
You know what I'm looking forward to someday? You see the way we have Infertility Awareness Week, we have Cancer Awareness Month, and some of them have ribbons, like there's a cancer ribbon and all. We could probably have our ribbon for fertility issues, like we can wear just to help create awareness in our workspaces. Our color is orange. Maybe we need to work towards that.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is really helpful, because now we are getting through to HRs, we are getting through to all these organizations. So yes, things seem a bit hazy now and all, but it will get better.
It will.
Your voice actually counts. Speak up. Do not, I usually say, do not quit. Speak up if you need to speak up. Like at that point, just raise it up and let them know that you find the comment very insensitive and you wish you'd be treated differently, because you're going through something that is beyond you.
Exactly.
You know, that is actually beyond you.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's so many comments on this, and I think there's need to have a part 2.
Yeah,
we
and
have
that's
like
fine.
50 comments from here. But maybe, Sheila, just to wrap this up, just comment, give your parting shot for someone who's probably struggling, needs to go through an IVF, and has just gotten a job and is wondering whether they should tell their HR, immediate
Well,
boss, or not.
Let me tell you, if you're going through IVF and you go to work, like procedure today, tomorrow, you're me thumbs up. Hey, God just give you grace because I don't know how that happens. You are special on very crazy levels. However, do what you have to do for you. Okay? Do whatever it takes for your comfort. IVF is not easy. You need to have peace of mind. You need to be in a good space. Do what makes you happy. And then, hey, considering also the amount of money you have spent in that process, be nice to you.
Yeah.
Do what is comfortable for you in that space. Yeah.
I totally agree. So there are cases whereby our stories can make a difference in organizations, where standing up for yourself could mean something different for the people who will be after you, or maybe someone who could be struggling with the same issue. So given a chance now, if I were to go back to employment and I was asked if I would tell my boss or not, if I'm going through those crazy endometriosis shots and pills, I would actually let them know. I would actually let them know. Not that I would not perform or do my part, but I would let them know so that I'm not put in that category of non-performers. Because honestly, okay, let me just say I performed while I was also sick. So it's okay to talk about it. We'll bring a counselor on board probably in the next talk to discuss the hows, how to guard yourself, how to take care of you, and just how to walk on in the journey.
Maybe just to add quickly.
Yes, please.
My mom is considered disabled. She has a shorter, one foot is shorter than the rest. So she limps, and it's a very, very heavy limp. But that's how she's been all her life.
Yeah.
Have people laughed?
No?
Yes, they have.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they
have.
are. Yeah.
So many have laughed. So many have called her names.
Yeah.
So many have treated her differently. Where is she right now? She's thriving. Look at us. And for her case, I look at that as a point of strength. Like for her case, it's visible.
Yeah.
You get. Infertility is not. It's hidden.
Yeah.
But this lady has the strength to wake up every day. If it's taking a matatu, take a matatu, go to work. Hustle for us, guys. She doesn't really care what you guys think out there. She just has to do what she needs to do. I think for me, that grit is what we need to grow in us. And I'm throwing waiting wombs in the deep end. If your workplace, you feel your workplace would allow us, call us. We will come and help you create awareness. We will come and talk to your people just so that we make this journey easier,
They'll
not
know
just
how
for
to
you,
treat,
for everyone else. We are open to conversations. So if you have access to your HR or to your group or whatever it is that's work related, and you feel this conversation needs to be had in that space, call
Let us
us.
know.
Yeah, we will gladly come and have that conversation with your workmates.
Yeah, the management.
Yeah.
All right, there's so much to say as usual. The waiting room always has a lot to discuss, but there's a next time. It's all from Sheila and I. We just want to say thank you again for your time and
Adios.
goodbye.
Goodbye.